Good morning. In this week 5 video lesson, we are going to discuss the basic skills in volleyball sports. Are you excited? Because I am excited. The basic skills we are going to focus for this week as a requirements in your week 5 module are the dig pass or toss and the bonus skills, which is the service. Let's begin. The service is the one used to put the ball in play. You have to send the ball towards your opponent's playing area, and your ultimate goal is to land the ball in the opponent's court for your team to have a point. Remember that the goal of volleyball is to land the ball in your opponent's court. And the first weapon in achieving that is the service. In service, you can target your opponent's weakest player in receiving the ball to take advantage. For beginners and basic skills, we have the underhand serve and the overhead serve. You have the picture for your reference. The underhand serve is when you hit the ball below your shoulder with your closed hand and wrist area. Now, the overhead serve is from the word itself, that you hit the ball above your head level with an open palm. Now, for us to have a better look on proper serving the ball in volleyball, let's watch the video of Sikana.
In this video, you will learn how to perform two types of serve. We're going to look at how to do an underhand serve and an overhand serve. First, the underhand serve. Position yourself anywhere behind the baseline. During service, you are never allowed to place your feet inside the court or on the baseline. Point your shoulders towards the net, bend your knees slightly, and bring your weak foot forward. This will be your left foot if you are right-handed. Hold the ball in the hand that's on the same side as your weak foot. Hold the ball in front of you, in line with your other arm, at a height between your hips and waist. Your arm should be slightly bent. Make a pendulum-like movement with your free arm and hit the ball from underneath. You can choose to hit the ball with either an open hand for greater precision or a closed hand for greater power. When you hit the ball, shift your body weight from your back foot to your front foot. Don't try to hit the ball hard. The power of your serve comes from the ample movement and speed of your arm. Next up, the overhand serve. For this serve, extend the arm holding the ball and toss it into the air. The ball should be tossed just above your head, slightly in front of you and in line with your other arm. With your other arm, hit the center of the ball with a flat hand, sending it upwards and forwards. Keep your arm straight. When you hit the ball, shift your body weight from your back foot to your front foot. The underhand serve is the easiest to perform, but also the easiest for your opponent to receive. With both serves, coordination and controlling your movements are essential to striking the ball at the right moment. So time to get training.
So, as you can see, both service or the two type of service has its own advantage. Now, some players who wanted to up their level in volleyball, they are doing the popular jump serve. But let's just focus for underhand and overhead first. Now, after watching the video, I know that you are excited to perform the basic serve. Please do take care of yourself and the surroundings. Remember the social distancing, and please do warm up before you even start doing the required activity in the module. Now, for a team to set a play or stage an attack, they have to perform the two basic pass, the forearm, dig or bump pass, and the finger toss or overhead pass. Usually, the bump pass are being done on the first touch of the ball, usually after the opponent's serve. Then, the bump pass will be given to the setter or the playmaker to perform the finger toss or the overhead pass. You have the reference on the picture on how to do it. Just remember, both pass can be done inside the court, but it has its own advantage. The dig pass is usually being used when you receive a ball from a service. Because of too much power from serve, dig pass usually absorbs and reduces the energy to pass the ball rather than fighting the energy. Now, after the dig pass, usually all great setter do finger toss or overhead pass because it provides much control to let your attacker or your spiker do the scoring. In finger toss, you have a lot of control because the ball they receive has less energy and the setter now give the energy to the ball by opening their hand, and through their fingers they can give it to the spiker. That is why it is called as well as finger toss. Now, let's watch the video again by Sikana for us to learn more about the two kind of pass.
In this video, you'll learn how to do a bump pass. This will allow you to receive the serve or recover the ball after an attack. To perform a bump pass correctly, remember these three steps: position, prepare, and return the ball. Firstly, position. Move by sidestepping or cross-stepping to your position in the path of the ball. Spread your feet apart slightly wider than your hips and bend your knees slightly inwards. Keep your back rounded and lean forward a little. Secondly, prepare. Clasp your hands in front of you and tilt them to form a flat surface for receiving the ball. Always leave space between your arms and your chest so that you can gain leverage and control the power of your forearm pass. If your arms are glued to your chest, you will not be able to produce enough power. To link your arms together, clasp your hands by putting one palm over the other and folding your fingers. Thirdly, return the ball. Turn your pelvis and the flat surface of your arms to where you want to pass the ball. Hit the ball in front of you, between your knees, with the lower third of your forearms. As you hit the ball, push with your legs too. To make a good bump pass, stay still as you receive the ball. Over to you.
Remember that the bump pass that you watch requires your feet to move as well, not just your hand. And now, let's watch the video about the second form of pass, which is the finger toss.
In this video, you'll learn how to make an overhand pass. It allows you to set the ball at the net so that your attacking teammate can spike it effectively. To set a good overhand pass, bear these 3 points in mind. Position yourself, ready yourself, and hit the ball. Firstly, position yourself. When the ball arrives, observe its trajectory closely and sprint to where it will land to catch it before it touches the floor. Position yourself below the ball's path so that it lands directly in front of you. Before you make contact, turn your feet, hips, and shoulders in the direction you want the ball to travel. Secondly, ready yourself. Bring your foot closest to the net forward slightly. Bend your knees a little, keeping your back straight. Bend your elbows to 90 degrees and raise them to just above shoulder level. Position your hands in front of your forehead. Hold your hands open, around 15 centimeters apart, fingers relaxed and slightly bent. Your wrists should be bent. Turn your palms to face forwards until the tips of your two thumbs are facing each other. Form a triangle with your thumbs and forefingers, through which you should be able to see the ball. Thirdly, hitting the ball. Just before receiving the ball, bend your knees and lean forward slightly. When the ball arrives just above your eyes, push off with your legs to stand up as tall as possible. Use your index and middle fingers and the upper part of your thumbs. Careful, don't use the very tips of your fingers, nor the palms of your hands. At the moment you touch the ball, rotate your wrists and palms inside to outside. Then push strongly with your fingers and straighten your arms up in front of you. Once you have learnt this technique, practice it with some drills. Over to you.
And now, for the overhead pass or the finger toss, just remember to avoid long contact on the ball. Because of too much control, you might be tempted to hold the ball for too long, and that is a violation and will give a point towards your opponent. Finger toss might look easy, but actually it's harder than bump pass, but it will be an advantage if you will master it. So now, we have already discussed the two kinds of serve, the overhead and the underhand, and the two forms of pass, the dig pass, bump pass, and the finger toss or the overhead pass. For next week, we are going to do spiking and blocking. So remember, after watching the video, I know that you are very excited to perform the basic serve. Please do take care of yourself and the surroundings. Remember the social distancing. And please do warm up before you even start doing the required activity in the module. Thank you and God bless. Please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel.